Hello. Let's start with a couple breaths today. How important it is to breathe and anchor ourselves deep down into the earth, to ground ourselves and bring us back in the moment. With these intense energies we're feeling, it is very important to remember to do that every so often, just to bring yourself back together, to feel the oneness. Thank you for tuning in once again. I'm Emery John Frazier, and we're all the way up to video number 8. And we're still on the 4 truths, 4 principles, and we're on number 3. You and your reflection are one. Might have heard this called the law of attraction. What you put out is what you get back. What comes around goes around. It's funny to think that these sayings we heard growing up and we still hear today are bits and parts and pieces of a law of the universe that actually had its starting place somewhere, and that if we actually knew the full foundation, how different our awareness would be. So, I love to use metaphors, so let's go ahead and start with one. This one comes from Abraham Hicks. I highly recommend watching her videos. Put it in YouTube, you'll find her. She's got thousands of them. Alright, imagine you're at a buffet, and the buffet is the infinite universe. So the possibilities have no limits to them, nor does what you can choose to put on your plate to eat. And your plate is your reality. So the difference between the universe and your plate is only your awareness, your beliefs. Those are the only two things making you finite in the outside universe infinite. So let's say before we remembered these principles and these truths, before we were awake, we put some food we didn't like on our plate. Let's say cooked spinach. I'm not too much into cooked spinach. I love it uncooked though. Let's say we put that on our plate and then we're complaining about it and say, man, this is stupid, this sucks, I don't even know why I did this or who did this. Somebody did this. There's no way I'd put that on my plate. There's no way I'd want to experience cooked spinach. That's just not what I prefer. So that's a choice. We could complain or point the finger at another for this experience that we're having of this cooked spinach. Or we could study the 4 principles. We could remember. We could go within, and we would see the value in the cooked spinach. We would remember that everything that is happening for us and by us, and that everything is our reflection. So this cooked spinach is just our reflection, and it's an opportunity rather than a challenge or a problem. So once we start seeing these meals, these experiences, opportunities, it opens up our awareness, and now we can see in the universe things we prefer to experience. And now we can see the strawberries and the blueberries. Now I can grab those and put those on my plate and say, wow, the spinach actually helped me. Without the spinach, I would have never opened up my eyes to French toast. And this French toast is amazing. So the point of me telling you this one is to remember that any and everything you are experiencing is your reflection, and it's also happening for you and by you. The freedom we feel once we start going within and remember these principles is like nothing you felt before. You feel like a creator rather than a chess piece in a game. You feel like you are the master. Myself am master. I love that affirmation. So I want to give you one more maybe one more metaphor to help you see this reflection as you and you as the reflection. The mirror. Imagine, this is Bashar, I got this one from. Imagine you're looking into a mirror, and what you see, you don't currently like. You don't prefer it. And you go to touch and change the reflection in the mirror, and it doesn't change. And you get upset. And you say, man, God doesn't love me. The universe hates me. It won't change. And then somehow, through going within, an idea comes to you and it says, what if you change your face? What if you change it to a smile? What if you change it to joy or appreciation or gratitude? And you give it a shot and you try it and you smile. And not right away does the reflection change, but you listen to your heart, and your heart says, a little bit longer. Smile a little bit more. And slowly and surely, that reflection is now smiling back at you. And in that moment, you have an epiphany and it comes to you and you say, I am the reflection. And I can never change what's in the mirror. I can only change me. And once I change me, I don't need to change the mirror anymore. And that's, like I said, everything's simple. Maybe not be easy, but it also may not be hard. It's whatever it needs to be. I want you to start to try to see the outside experience as, let's say, the outside is this straight line over here, and it's a person or it's an experience. Either one, they both work. And then you're over here on the straight line. And we used to think that these two things, these two lines were separate. That this is over here and this is them and they, and this is me and I am. And once we start going in, once we start studying, once we start listening to our heart, once we start centering, being quiet, the lines start to curve. They're no longer straight as they used to be. Not so black and white. And all of a sudden, you have an awakening. And boom, the two lines that used to be, now you remember that it's just a circle. And there is no over there, there's no them, there's only the one. And now you are in joy, and now you are in peace. That's it, folks. Thank you, I love you, and remember, the one is the all, and the all is the one. And what you put out is what you get back. Thank you.